Can a complete beginner actually learn to trade crypto full time in 2026? The answer is yes. But if I was starting from complete zero as a beginner who had no knowledge or experience in trading, I wouldn't be trying to make money from day one. I'd be trying to build the machine first. I say this because I've done this the complete wrong way myself before, and I've seen countless beginners do it the wrong way. Not only this, I've helped a large number of beginners clean this up when they come in with bits and pieces everywhere. A setup here, an indicator there, a few wins, a few losses, but no real process holding this whole thing together. And that's exactly where most people get stuck. They start looking for entries, signals, indicators, coins to trade, because that feels like the answer. But if there's no process around this, then the results are essentially just random. You might make some money, you might lose some money, but either way, you're not clear on what you did to get there. And if you don't know what you did, then you can't repeat it. And if you can't repeat it, then you can't improve it. And if you can't improve it, then there's a good chance you'll never get to be a profitable trader. So this video is not really about whether most beginner traders are smart enough to learn crypto trading. 99% of people can. The better question is, what would I personally do if I was starting from complete zero and wanted to be a profitable trader as soon as possible? So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact order that I would follow if I was starting again. And this is the same order that I'd suggest a beginner follows if they're trying to take their trading seriously and want to be profitable in 2026 and beyond. So step one is to get one clear entry strategy. Okay, you don't need a buffet of strategies. You need one clear entry model that you can follow. Now, this entry model should be tested over time. It should be repeatable, and it should have clear rules on what a valid or an invalid setup looks like. Now, in order to get one clear entry strategy, there are a few options. You can put in the work to develop your own, which is exactly what I did to develop the 3XP entry method. This can take some time, but it can be well worth it if you are willing to put in the hard yards. But if you're looking to condense things and really get on the fast track to being profitable as soon as possible, then the best way to do this is to learn an entry strategy or an entry model from somebody else. There are thousands of profitable entry strategies out there. There are many people selling them. A lot of people you can find giving away on YouTube. The one bit of caution I would encourage you to exercise here is just to ensure that you can validate this entry model with data. Okay, so a lot of people are promising the world, but their entry models are coming up quite short. So your clear step here is to get one clear entry strategy or entry model. If you don't have one already, I'll leave a link down below in the description to the 3XP Academy. This is where we help our clients install a 60-minute daily trading plan into their lives in 90 days. So once you've got a clear entry strategy, the next step is to create a trading plan. And this is the step that most beginners skip, okay? Because they feel like they've got the entry and there's nothing more to learn. But there is a lot more you need to put around an entry model so that it's a robust trading plan, so that it's repeatable and profitable through all kinds of market cycles. So as a general guideline, a good trading plan should define and include a watch list. So exactly what assets you're going to be trading, what time frames you're going to be trading on, the exact setup rules, invalidation rules. Not only this though, we need to include things like how much risk per trade. So how much of our account are we going to be risking per trade? What's the acceptable total open risk at any given time? What correlated trade risk are we allowing? Okay, so when we trade on different instruments, we may still be betting on the same market move. So it's important to have a total correlated trade risk limit here. Directional risk, same thing. Two trades in the same direction, maybe betting on the same market move. So we want to make sure that we have clear rules around the total amount of directional risk we can take on at any given time. Now we also need to ensure that we have drawdown limits. So this could be a daily, weekly, a monthly drawdown cap, at which point you would set in specific rules. So maybe if you reach X number of drawdown, you would return to paper trading for the rest of the day, week, month. Okay. So stock trading rules, that sort of ties into drawdown. And you also need scaling rules. So we need to be able to scale our accounts up and down based on some clear rules. So these are the exact steps, the exact things that I would include in your trading plan. So once you've got a clear entry model, you've got a clear trading plan, or you've created a clear trading plan around that entry model, you now need to build a daily workflow. So this should be reasonably simple once you've got a clear trading plan. So the daily process should define when you sit down, what charts you scan, what you check first, how to confirm a valid setup, how to place your orders on the exchange, how you're going to be journaling, what you're going to be logging, and when you're going to walk away. So this should be reasonably simple. We in the 3XP Academy help our clients install 60-minute daily trading workflows. Now, most days it doesn't take 60 minutes, but I think it's worth allowing 60 minutes for the days that it does, so that you come in with the right attitude and the right expectations daily. So whatever that is for you, once you've got your trading plan, you've got your entry model, you should build a daily workflow, something that's repeatable and fits into everyday life. Once we've built our daily workflow, the fourth step would be to execute without changing the plan. So this is the hardest part for most beginners. This was very hard for me when I was beginning trading, but this is absolutely essential. So if you want to become profitable as soon as possible, and this is exactly what I would be doing if I was starting from scratch, is to execute the trading plan and the daily workflow exactly as it is written without changing it. Run the same process consistently. Do not change the rules after a loss. Don't change the rules after a win either. The rules stay the same. Do not add any random indicators, more confluence, more filters. Do not strategy hop or make any modifications to your entry model. The goal here is to collect clean reps. So we're collecting clean reps so that we can transition into step 5. So this is where we journal everything. So while we're executing the plan without changing it, we're journaling everything, we're tracking things. So we're collecting screenshots of every trade we take. We're thinking about setup quality. We're tracking entry levels, stop loss levels, profit target levels, risk taken on each trade, any rule breaks with some clear notes around that. What type of rule was it? Why did we break it? How are we going to improve it in the future? It can also be helpful to log things like emotions and results, but these are not the key data points that we're going to want to be tracking, but it can also be helpful there along with lessons. So step 5 is to journal everything. I would be journaling everything that I could. So once I've started journaling everything, I need to introduce a weekly or a monthly review cadence. So this is where we really start, the rubber meets the road. Okay, so we've got a strategy, we've built a trading plan, we've got a daily repeatable workflow, we've committed to not changing anything in the rules. Okay, we've started collecting data. So every time we step onto the charts and we start trading, we're collecting data. We're journaling everything. And now we introduce a review weekly or monthly. So we're reviewing things like rule adherence, repeated mistakes, or things like overtrading, low setup quality, risk control. So rule breaks or risk control. So the exact parameters on our risk. Best and worst pairs. So are there like specific charts that we're trading that seem to be more profitable, less profitable, time frames, like all these things we're starting to review because we're collecting data. So we're starting to develop emotional patterns, but more importantly, performance trends. So this is very, very crucial because if you do not record it, you cannot review it. And if you can't review it, then you can't improve it. Okay, so how are we ever going to get to be profitable? So this is absolutely critical. If I was starting from scratch, I would be reviewing every single week and every single month with a wider lens and looking for any sorts of trends, any clues that the data is giving us. And then the final step in this would be to make small data-led iterations. So we only make changes to the plan based on data and not just a small amount of data, okay? 3 trades is not enough data to make a decision on whether an entry is profitable and we should continue or not. We need to make these decisions based on significant amount of data. You know, typically 100 trades is a good benchmark. You can obviously make iterations on smaller amounts of data, but I would exercise extreme caution on making iterations based on 3 or 4 trades, okay? It's not enough for us to see a clear pattern there. But what I would be doing in step 7 is making small tweaks. So removing, for example, things like weak pairs, risk parameters. Maybe we need to make a tweak there. Tightening setup rules. So if you can see any clear correlation between the winning setups or the losing setups, we can make slight tweaks to our setup. Improving the workflow, improving the journaling, adding stop trading rules. So maybe we need to tighten the rules when we stop trading. But these are the sort of things that I'd be looking to make tweaks on. So we can really double down on what's working for us and we can start to strip away what's not working for us. And we're looking to simplify here, not add further complications. Okay, the most robust trading strategies and trading plans, the ones that survive the test of time, are often the simplest ones. They're always the most robust ones. So we want to avoid here during this iteration, this data-led iteration step, we want to avoid things like rebuilding everything from the ground up. Okay, this is not what we want to do, because you start the whole process again, and this is the loop that most beginners get stuck in, forever rebuilding everything from the ground up. We want to avoid changing the strategy after a bad day. Okay, these are data-led iterations, not emotional-led iterations, and they should be based on a statistically significant data set. And we also want to avoid things like chasing the next setup. So they are the 7 steps that I would follow if I was rebuilding from the ground up. And this is exactly the way that I would recommend beginners start if they want to be profitable in trading. So if I was starting trading from zero again, this is the exact order that I'd follow. I wouldn't start by trying to make money right away. I'd start by getting clear on one entry model. Then I would turn that entry model into a proper trading plan that includes things like watch lists, timeframes, risk rules, drawdown limits, and rules around when I do and don't trade. From there, I'd build a daily workflow around my trading plan, something that's repeatable and can actually be done consistently for a real person, with real schedules and real responsibilities. From here, I'd be executing this trading plan and this daily workflow consistently, journaling everything, reviewing the data regularly, and only making small, minor tweaks based on what the data is actually telling me. That's it. That's the entire process. If you're a beginner and you want to be a profitable trader as soon as possible, then this is the fastest path, because it prevents you from wasting months or years jumping between strategies, copying somebody else's trades with signals, adding indicators, bending rules, and giving back profits as soon as you've made them. All because you never had a clear, repeatable process that you could gather data on, iterate, and slowly improve. Now, if you already have one or more than one of these aspects in place, then that is great. Keep refining it. You're probably on the fast track to being profitable. But if you're struggling putting this together and you don't have a clear entry strategy, a clear trading plan, a daily workflow, then that's the exact thing that we help our clients install inside of the 3XP Academy. If you want to find out some more information about what the 3XP Academy is and how we help our clients install this into their lives in 90 days, I'll leave a link down below in the description. You can click that and check out all of the detail. But either way, if you're starting from scratch and you want to be profitable in trading, this is the exact order that I'd follow it in. Get an entry strategy, build a trading plan, create a daily workflow that's repeatable, execute it consistently, journal everything, review your data regularly, and make small data-led iterations. That's how I'd build the machine. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.